We're back on the Dear Diva show. And for those of you that are just now tuning in to check out what's going on the Dear Diva show, I just want to give you an apology. There's been some technical difficulties. And I appreciate you tuning in to see what's going on. Make sure that you let your friends and your family know to check into Live and Direct Marketplace, where they can check out the Dear Diva show along with many other shows, as well as even if they go on Sador, which is SADIOR.com, and they can also click on it, Live and Direct, so that they can download the app so that they can listen and check out the different shows that are going to be on. Now, right now, usually I'm doing it live on Facebook, but something's going on with the signal with my phone, but I'm just going to let you all know the fact is, like I told you in the shows that I had before, it's a radio show. You don't get viewership all the time with radio shows. You just enjoy the music and you just enjoy what's coming to you from the radio. So one of the topics that I had today is I was talking about your plan. And talking about your plan, many people have goals that they say that they have that they want to achieve. But what is your plan? What have you put into place to help you achieve that goal? Some people that I know in this business, and I talk about this business of entertainment a lot because that's what I do. I talk about things that I'm knowledgeable about. You know how your parents always told you, talk about what you know about, not what you don't know about. So some people that I know have migrated to different cities to spark their career. And I guess for me, I'm asking you all, what is your plan? What have you put into place to make your dreams come true? And a lot of times people, you know, like I was just talking about a moment ago, writing things out, writing things down. You may have to deter the direction that you're going in based on what your investigation shows you. You know, what kind of income are you looking for? What kind of longevity are you looking for within the career that you choose? Even if you are MA right now and you're looking to be a nurse. So you have to take the time to write things down, to put things in order as far as a plan is concerned. Now, when we're talking about these plans, some of the things that we don't want to talk about are things that make us uncomfortable about our plan. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because I'm going to keep it 100. So when I'm talking about developing your plan, I'm not just talking about educational wise. I'm not just talking about research wise. When it comes to your plan, what you have to recognize when it comes to your plan is what's going on in your environment. When I talk about your environment, I'm talking about the people that are possibly a part of your plan. The people you encounter as a part of your goal. And sometimes we don't realize that we're in our own way. We're in our own way because we feel the emotional need to keep certain people around us when we're trying to achieve something and achieve higher levels. A lot of us spread ourselves too thin in different social aspects of our life that keep us from achieving certain goals. That's a part of the plan. The hard part of it is removing the things that are toxic around us that are keeping us from achieving our goals. You know, when you're sitting down and you're developing what you plan on doing for the rest of your life and what you're trying to achieve, you have to take into account the people that you have around you, the people that not necessarily, you know, support you, so to speak. We all want supporters. However, I'm speaking of just on a day-to-day basis, the daily basis, because you can have a toxic socialization within your realm and not really realize it or understand it. For instance, say you're an MA or CNA and you're striving to be a nurse. Well, we all know if you go back to school to be a nurse, on those Friday and Saturday nights, where they deciding to have a girls' night and they just going to put drinks, you know, have a table full of drinks for you to toast. And, you know, they got the whole layout of the food and everything is looking all good. They got the music playing. You got the girl talk going on and so forth and so on. Well, I'm just going to say this. May not be a part of your plan. It may not be a part of your plan. And the reason why I say that is because that Friday or Saturday that you're taking to engulfed and do that could be time that you can be putting forth to your studying, putting forth energy into your plan. Now, I'm not saying that you have to live a rigid life where you don't enjoy yourself and you don't have fun. But I'm just speaking from personal experience that a lot of times people say to me that I'm not out, I don't come to this, I don't come to that. But I have a plan. And as my pastor says, I'm putting some things in divine order. My brother would say things to me and I didn't really fully understand it until later. I'll say I understood it, but I thought it was harsh. But he would always say, entertainment is an interference of my success. And not that you value the different events and things that are going on, but if you're working to achieve a goal, you have to put some plans into place. And most importantly, you have to put discipline in place. Now, you can support people without physically being there. You know, if you want to support somebody, especially people that support you, you know, when they have events and things like that, go ahead and buy that ticket. You may not be able to physically be there, but get that ticket to let them know that you support them. But I'm just saying this, and not just talking about events, but you have to make every moment count. And maybe it's just me because I am a workaholic. People that know me know I am a workaholic. I work maybe 24/7. If I am not punching a 9 to 5, I am doing something to push forward to my goals and my dreams. If you don't do it for yourself, who's going to do it for you? You know, you can't just keep saying, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to do. When are you going to do? And just keeping it real, majority of the people that are on my Facebook list are either my age or close to. So I'm just going to say, when are you going to stop saying what you're going to do and just do it? When are you going to sacrifice fun for success? Fun will come with the success, you know, but you can't put the fun in front of the success. So today, you know, I reiterate over and over, as I do so many times, put your plan into place. What is your plan? And like I said, self-evaluation. You have to do discipline with yourself. Do I really need to go out here at this time and do X, Y, Z? Or can I take that time to put energy into what I'm trying to become or what I'm trying to develop? And sometimes it's not even so much of just sacrificing events. Sometimes it's just taking the time to put things down on paper so that you can do things in order that will help you get closer to your goal. You know, a lot of people do vision boards. Now, once you do a vision board, this is my question. Do you put it on the wall and then outline the goal, outline each plan of what you need to reach each goal? Or do you do this vision board and you just look at this vision board every day? That's what you need to ask yourself. What am I doing with my vision board? It is now the end of February. Tomorrow will begin March. Those of you that did those vision boards, what have you done to accomplish any of those goals? Did you write down a plan, write out a plan to implement things to put you closer to your goal? And like I said, you know, it's a sore topic, but when I talk about it's a sore topic is when you start have to remove people from your circumference, period. The bottom line is, you know, some people often post and say, if I'm not losing friends, I'm not maturing, or I forget what it is, because I mean, I do a lot of quick scrolling. That's another thing. I'm gonna get back to that. But basically, we have to learn to discipline ourselves, to put our plan into order, and sometimes that means removing toxic people from our space, so that we can stay focused on our goal and achieve. I have learned so much, I would say, in the last 3 months, you know, about my goals. And not saying I wasn't pushing forth to achieve my goals, but I learned so much in the past 3 months about my goals, about self-discipline, and accountability, period. You know, accountability. I've learned a lot when it comes to my goals and what I want and my focus. So I'm challenging everyone to take a look at the vision board that you took the time. Even some of you have vision board parties where y'all sat down and everybody, you know, which is great. It's great. It's great for socialization. It's great for communication. You got together to do something positive instead of getting together and everybody like drinking out of a bottle and eating food. Still not understanding that concept. But y'all got together and y'all put forth positive energy to do these vision boards. So I'm going to say, what are you doing with that vision board? Are you just looking at it, or are you taking the time to map out an outline to achieve each goal? Understand, some of your plans will include multiple goals. And if you have to start off small, achieve the smallest one. And it'll give you a feeling of accomplishment because you put forth to accomplish that. And then you start tackling the other goals. But the question of the day that I have for everyone is, what's your plan? You know, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Some of us, like I said, need to remove some people that are around us. Some of us need to remove some mates. Some of us need to remove some friends. And some of us need to remove family from immediate circumference. And the reason being is because you need positive energy around you. And for me, I have to have positive energy around me. And when I don't have positive energy around me, it affects me. It affects, you know, me deeply, because I know that I have a goal to accomplish, and now I see I have an obstacle. Of course, we all, you know, push past obstacles, but try to keep from having those kind of obstacles in your aura, in your circumference around you. Pay attention to goal-oriented people, having goal-oriented people around you. Not people that just talk about their goals, but people that are putting their goals into motion as far as their plan. You know, you could be with a mate that keeps talking about what they want to do, but yet they're not doing anything towards that goal. And when you start taking off and start moving in a direction of doing what you need to do as far as your plan is concerned, you gotta pay attention to those that are around you that are still sitting still. I talk about that a lot. People that are sitting still, still living at home with their parents, still not working a steady job, still sitting around chilling. Come on, people. It's time to motivate, and it's time to put your goals into place. Like I said, most of the people that are on my page, you're around my age, maybe slightly younger, slightly older. But what are you doing at this point other than saying what you want to do? Are you pushing forward to what you're going to do? I'm going to backtrack where I started talking about me scrolling on Facebook. I get up in the morning, well, my hours that I get up are at different times. But when I get up and I scroll, I'm just going to say to you that looking at Facebook can kind of tell you a lot. It can tell you a lot. And this is, listen, I'm keeping it 100, right? So I'm going to keep it 100. It'll tell you a lot about people. It'll tell you who's emotional. It'll tell you who's looking for emotional gratification. It'll tell you who is looking for attention. It'll tell you possibly who's working, who's not working, and somewhat their personalities. And I know for some people that they'll say, no, it doesn't. But I'm just going to tell you, and I'm keeping it 100, it does. Because if I'm looking and I'm scrolling on Facebook, and, you know, when I wake up, I'll go through Facebook just to see what's going on. Of course, look for my notifications, do my promoting and marketing and everything. But if you got somebody that is posting something every 10 minutes, I could be wrong, maybe not. But that's telling me this person is not working. Or if they are working, they got free reign of their phone and they're not focused on their job. But I'm just saying, you know, I just don't feel the need to like post every 10 to 15 minutes. What could you possibly say every 10 to 15 minutes? And if you are, who do you have around you that you can socialize with or talk with, that you can't socialize or talk with, that you have to be on Facebook every 10 to 15 minutes writing a post? That's just my thought. You know, to me, that tells me that's a person that's not working or working towards a goal. And then you have those that will post every emotional situation. You know, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. All those people that's giving you those likes and those hearts and writing all of those comments and so forth and so on, they're not there with you. You're taking the time to pull on the heartstrings of people that really don't care. You're just a scroll and you're just a click. You know, that's taking you away from your goals. Getting empathy and sympathy from people on social network means absolutely zero. Because in actuality, those 80 people, those 90 people that hit like and gave you comments are not going to knock on your door to say, how can I help you through this? Think about it. I'm keeping it 100. And I used to post things back in the day, you know what I mean? But then, you know, when I walked up to my door and I would turn my key, I'm there by myself. Well, you know, so I'm just saying, recognize where you're spending your energy. Recognize where you are spending your time. Recognize what your focus is. And develop your plan. Develop a workable plan. Not something that's just abstract that you would not be able to touch to achieve. I'm talking about develop a plan where you know that these are tangible things that you can do. For instance, instead of using your phone to scroll up and down Facebook and Instagram and all of these different things, even though we love them and we enjoy them, instead of taking the time to do so much of that, why don't you take the time to scroll Google? Do Google. And I know some people say, well, Google has a lot of information, some good, some bad, but at least you're taking the time to get some information to put you closer to a goal. I have found so much information that has led me to do so many different things just by doing research instead of scrolling up and down Facebook, scrolling up and down Instagram. Now, unless you're marketing and promoting, I'm just going to say it is social. But what are you talking about? Revalue. What are you talking about on your page? Especially if you are an artist, if you are an artist and you are doing things in this industry, as far as film, as far as theater, if you are an actor, if you are a photographer, if you are a cinematographer, whatever that you are deciding to do, keep in mind that everything that you're posting is going all over the world. So when you are putting your Instagram, you're putting your Facebook at the bottom of your bio for people to contact you for jobs, just understand and recognize that they're going to take the time to look at your social media and see what you're doing with your time. Period. You know, they're going to take the time to research you, to see what kind of person that they're bringing onto their project. They're going to see what kind of person, what kind of things do you post. And not for nothing, I can't take it away from people. You could be who you are, do who you want to do, definitely. But I'm going to keep it 100 for you, is that your personality shows on your page. That is a representation of you. So what you're posting on your page represents you. And if you are a company, and if you are company branded, it represents you and it represents your company. So when you're posting certain memes, and when you're posting certain things that have profanity, and when you're posting certain things that have nudity, political or what have you, just understand that all of that represents you. Not only does it all represent you, do you need to give somebody a microscope into your core? Why give someone that much information about you before they even meet you? Just something to think about. And if they're looking at, take the time and look on your own page. If you have 10 posts that are back to back to back, and not one of them is a promotion of what you do, your logo, a project that you're in, ask yourself, where's your focus? Ask yourself, where is your focus? Which brings us back to, what is your plan? We're getting ready to go to a little bit of music, a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back. I appreciate y'all tuning into Dear Diva. Get your letters in here. I want to talk about more topics. I want to keep it 100 with you all. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about some more of what's your plan. Okay? So stay tuned. I'll be right back.